Today we will discuss about pseudocode. The steps involved in writing the algorithm using pseudocode. Pseudocode is hypothetical language that can be used to represent the algorithm. So hypothesis means what? First, initially we are assuming something. In future it may become true or false. So it is also like that. Hypothetical language that can be used to represent the algorithm. There is no compiler for executing the pseudocode. So what are the steps involved in the pseudocode? First, whatever the algorithm we are taking, algorithm consists of heading and body. Algorithm consists of heading and body. Again, heading consists of name of the procedure and parameter list. So here name of the procedure and parameter list. Okay, for example, we are writing the algorithm for bubble sort. Bubble underscore sort is the name of the procedure, and parameters, what are the parameters are they required? For storing the elements array A required, and elements starts from I and ending at N, and also for sorting purpose another for loop we are using, that is. So these are the parameter list. So for example, another example you take algorithm, name of the procedure, suppose matrix addition is there, matrix underscore addition. Parameters, what are the parameters are required? Two input matrices and one output matrix, and I is for representing the rows, J is for representing the column, and how many rows and how many columns are there, that is represents the N. So like this. So heading consists of name of the procedure and parameter list. So suppose if you are writing the algorithm for bubble sort means algorithm, name of the procedure, and whatever the parameters are required, those parameters we are writing. Next, here algorithm, name of the procedure, whatever the parameters are required, these are. So here, if you are writing any algorithm, so algorithm is separated with open and closed braces. Open and closed braces. Here name of the procedure and parameter list. Okay, so this is called as heading and this is called as body. Heading consists of name of the procedure and parameter list. Okay, heading and body both are separated with open and closed braces. Each statement is separated by delimiters, semicolon. Each statement is separated by delimiters or semicolon, you can say that. For example, C equal to A plus B. Here it is ending with semicolon. Okay, suppose write welcome to classroom. It is ending with semicolon. So each statement is separated with the semicolon or delimiter, you can say that. Next, third point is, if you want to define variable or identifier, that should start with the letter only. Suppose here variable is, suppose I am writing int number, roll number. So it is starting with the alphabet. Suppose character is there, so it should start with the name. Name 1, name 2. So whatever the variable we are defining or identifier we are defining, that should start with the letter only. You can add the numbers later, but it should not start with the number. You can add the letters later. So whatever the variable or identifier we are defining, that should start with the letter only. Next thing. So any algorithm we are taking, no, we are using Boolean operators, true or false. We can also represent true equal to 1 and false equal to 0. And logical operators, and or not. These are the operators we are using. And relational operators, so relational operators, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, and not equal to also. All these things, relational operators also we are using. Next thing is assignment of value to the variable. Assignment of value to variable. Okay, assignment of value to. Suppose you want to assign sum equal to 0. Sum equal to 0 means what we have write? Variable colon equal to expression. That means sum colon equal to 0. Suppose a equal to 4 or b colon equal to 5. So here variable, these are the variables, colon we are writing equal to, and express is whatever the value we are assigning that we do. So assignment of value to the variable is variable colon equal to expression we are expressing. Next, conditional loops. So conditional loop means for loop is there. So for variable colon equal to value 1 to value n step. Here suppose you want to write the value for I colon equal to 1 to 5 step 2. So here variable is I and value 1 indicates that initial condition, value n indicates that termination condition, here step indicates that incremental value. Here same thing I meant for I colon equal to value 1 is initial condition is 1 and it is ending at 5 and step 2. Suppose if you want to write the decremental value, so what we have to do? For I colon equal to 5 to 1 step 2. 5 to 1 step 2 means what? Here it is starting from 5 and 1 by 1 it is decreasing and ending at 1. So step indicates that, here step indicates that decremental value. Here step indicates that incremental value. Another conditional loop is if condition is there. If condition, then statement, else if condition, statement 2. Like this, else return 0. Means first we are checking the condition. If condition is true, So that statement will be executed. If condition is false, then it will go to another condition. Again another condition is true, then we will execute the another statement. Like this we are checking all the condition. All condition fails, then return 0 means there is no value. So it is terminated from the loop. That we have to write the if condition. Next, do while is there. Do while. So here while, first we are writing condition do, here statement 1, statement 2 up to so statement n. Okay, so here first we are checking the condition and later we are executing the statements. As long as condition is true, statements are getting executed. As long as condition is true, statements are getting executed. Suppose repeat until is there. Repeat statement 1, statement 2, statement n until condition we are checking. So here first statements are executing, after that condition is checking. That means statements are getting executed as long as condition is false. So the difference between while condition and repeat until is, here as long as condition is true, statements are getting executed. Here repeat until is, statements are getting executed as long as condition is false. So that is the main difference between these two. Next, another thing is input and outputs we are representing with the read and write operations. Read and write. Suppose in C language scanf we are using. Instead of scanf we are using read. Printf we are using. Instead of printf we are using write operations. Read and write operations we are using. So these are the steps involved in writing the pseudocode. So we will write some examples. So first write the algorithm for matrix addition. First one is algorithm. Name of the procedure is matrix addition. And parameter list A, B, C. A and B are input matrices. C is the output matrix, and I is for representing the rows and J is for representing the column, and how many rows and how many columns are there representing the n. So here for representing rows what we are using? For I equal to 1 to n. Step 2. I colon equal to 1 to n. For J colon equal to 1 to n. Step 2. And resultant matrix C of Ij equal to A of Ij plus B of Ij. So like this we are writing the pseudocode. Suppose matrix multiplication we have written the pseudocode. So when we are going for matrix multiplication, what are the conditions? Algorithm. Name of the procedure is matrix underscore multiplication. So parameter list A and B input matrices, C is the resultant matrix, I and J, I is for representing the rows, J is for representing the column, and again K parameter we are using. So whenever you want to go for matrix multiplication, one condition should be satisfied. First matrix number of columns should be equivalent to second matrix number of rows. So for that purpose we are using k is the parameter and n. So here first we have to represent the rows. How we are representing rows? For I colon equal to 1 to n, step 2, and for j equal to 1 to n, step 2. This is for representing the rows, this is for representing the column. And C of ij equal to equal to 0. Initially we have to assume that 0. And again here we have to use the one condition that first matrix number of columns should be equivalent to second matrix number of rows. First matrix number of columns should be equivalent to second matrix number of rows. So for that purpose we are using for k equal to 1 to n, step 2. Okay, so now we have to write the algorithm. C of ij equal to C of ij plus A of ik, so into B of kj. See here, first matrix number of columns should be equivalent to second matrix number of rows. So like this we are writing. Next thing is another algorithm will go for linear search. So linear search or sequential search. Algorithm, name of the procedure is linear underscore search, and what are the parameters are required? Whatever the input values we are giving, for representing those values we are using array A, and I is starting from which number and ending at n, and key is the element to be searched. Key is the element to be searched. You can also write the comments here. Key is element to be searched. Key is the element to be searched. So now what we have to write? First, for loop we have to write for I equal to 1 to n, step 2 means input values whatever we are giving, a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, up to so a of n. If key equal to a of I, one by one we are cross checking. Key equal to a of 1, a of 2, a of 3, like that. Otherwise 0 to n minus 1. You can also check, cross check. So then what do we get? If it is equivalent, then what we have to do? Key equal to write element is found. One by one we are cross checking, and element is found, else write element is not found. Right, element is not found. Like this we are writing the pseudocode algorithm. Next, one more example. Write the algorithm for sum of n elements. There are two types of n elements. Suppose sum of n elements means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 up to n, it is there. Another one is we are giving the values randomly, from that we have to store the values. For that we are writing the algorithm sum underscore n, name of the procedure. Parameter list what are required? array A is required and I is required and n, and we are adding one by one. So for that we are using sum. Okay, these are the values we are saying. So first sum equal to 0. For I colon equal to 1 to n step 2, that means one by one value we are storing in the array. Sum equal to sum plus a of I. Here a of I means what? A of 1, a of 2, a of 3, a of 4, like that. One by one value we are storing. Those values we are returning. So next, finally, what we have to do? Return sum. So sum of n numbers. We are writing the algorithm levels. Okay. So like this we are writing the algorithm using pseudocode.